The Cincinnati Bearcats are back in the AP poll for the first time since 2022. Your Cincinnati Bearcats, they're at number 24th in the country. Welcome into Chatterbox Bearcats. I'm Nick Niehaus, joined with Eric Lilly. Now, this is kind of like an emergency pod because we're finally back to national relevance, Lilly. We're finally back. How does it feel to be ranked?
It's an emergency. This is an emergency. This is a rent-free thought that just came to my head, but like it would have been so funny if Fickle got fired today, like the day we got ranked. The last time being ranked was before we lost to Tulane. That did not happen yet, but I thought we would be 23, maybe 22. It looks like we got jumped here by Utah, which it doesn't totally surprise me. They had the preseason priors. The media loves them. They look, they're very talented, good team. But then obviously USC and Texas jumped us. Can't complain about either of those. They beat Michigan and Oklahoma. So big brands do big brand things. We did not get jumped by our buddies in Lincoln. Nebraska is 25. And that's caused a little bit of a ruckus on Twitter today, Niehaus. Do you have a take on this?
I thought Nebraska fans liked us, and then all of a sudden we're ranked one spot ahead of them, and they all are all coming for our throat. The funny part, my take about this is the fact that all the Nebraska fans are like, "Oh, if only we had a chance to prove it on a neutral field." Let's stop calling it a neutral field.
Yeah,
I get that it wasn't a neutral field. Yeah, I guess
Just look at
by
Sorsby's
letter of the
stats.
law,
Like,
sure.
that tells you.
Yeah. So that's my only thing that's like kind of bugging me is that they keep using the term neutral field. We all know it wasn't. And you know what they would say to that? Well, why didn't you guys travel? And you know what I would say to that? I don't even know what argument I would have for that. Honestly, Thursday night, 10-hour trip. I guess that's what I would say to that. But no, you know what my take in on the AP poll as a whole, as this just creeped into my head just now as I'm looking at it. I think college football is back, because there's just so many different programs in this AP poll that I don't want to say typically aren't ranked, but like such a good, diverse crowd of schools. Like you got Georgia Tech at 12. You've got Vandy at 17, Mizzou at 16, Virginia 18, USF 19. Memphis, Utah, Cincinnati. Like, I think I'm kind of stealing your content here because you had a tweet that I liked.
IU at 3.
Whoa. IU at 3. I completely glossed over that. But you tweeted, you were like, gosh, college football is so much better nowadays when the third stringers from Bama and Georgia are now playing at other schools. And that's kind of nice. But I guess, do you have a take on the AP poll as a whole, and then we can get into our Bearcats?
Yeah. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I don't even like IU, but I think they should have more than 3 number 1 votes. Like, if you just look at the resumes, winning at Oregon.
Crazy.
They were 7-point underdogs. We continue to discount Indiana. I know some people don't, but I think most normal college football fans are just a little like skeptical of IU, with how the score looked all right versus Notre Dame last year, but anybody watching the game kind of felt like there was a big disparity. They're great, really good. Yeah. I'm not going to root for them or anything like that because I just, a little jealousy, but I think that's my main takeaway there is that, and then what you said, like Vanderbilt, Virginia, what is going on? USF and Cincinnati, what are we in the Big East right now? Is this like do we have a matchup coming up in a couple of weeks for the winner takes all? No, we don't, thankfully. We've got Oklahoma State instead, Niehaus, and that's basically what I'm trying to think of the worst Big East team when we're in the Big East. Anyways, Oklahoma State is worse than that this year. So, yeah, we'll talk about that in the midweek. There's our plug for the midweek show.
Yeah, I don't want to get into
breaking down the Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't want to get into specifics about UCF or our preview for Oklahoma State. Like Lilly just said, we'll still have our midweek podcast. We'll touch on all of that. You're talking about IU, and the only thing I'm thinking is it's nice that we own them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like,
yeah, they can't deny it either.
No, we got them. We got them. At the right time, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah.
But talk about a different feeling in Clifton than it was 1 month ago. We lose to Nebraska, and not only do we lose to Nebraska, but like it was ugly. Like I know we only lost by 3 and we had a chance to win it. Sorsby just puts that ball a few feet to the outside. We do win it, but it was ugly. 69 passing yards. Joe Royer was missing. I was so down because it was just misery after a bad season last year and the season before. And we're just back. Like, I feel like I'm just going to keep coming back on this podcast and saying it, but UC is good again. And that's not a hot take by any means. Saturday's game against UCF was an ugly take care of business game. The cover was thwarted by the refs again.
Don't get me started.
But like, the vibes are immaculate in Clifton. It's such a different feeling. And you know what I point to is preseason when we were talking about this team on what the ceiling and what the floor could be is the culture in the locker room. And I get that that's like the worst thing to say because it's so cliche, but like you mentioned it, like everybody's coming back. Everybody feels good. We heard rumblings this spring that like this team is different than the years past. Satterfield went to Big 12 Media Day, said, this is my best team at Cincinnati. They knew they just had to show us, and they've shown us that they're good. And finally we get some respect, and we're in the AP poll. We probably should have been last week.
Yeah, I think culture wins close games, and I think we're seeing that this year. Not that we had a bad one last year, but we're leveling up a little. I was nervous after the Nebraska game, but I was more just like, God, I have to wait another month to actually find out what this team is. So it's nice to see what they are. I'm still a little, still wondering a couple things. But did we want to talk a little about the UCF game, or are we saving that for the midweek, Niehaus?
Let's save it. I touched on it. Do you have
Yeah.
I mean, do you have one little thing that you want to say? But I kind of want to give my whole thought.
I got a little quick rant on people complaining about a win. Come on, guys. Where have we been the last 2? We cannot win close games to save our lives. Please, just be happy about winning a close game. This is the Big 12. If you can't enjoy a win, this is like the stuff, like what we're hoping to happen. Like if before the season, you would have taken a 9-point win versus UCF. Yeah. And a bullshit cover on a fluke first down on 4th down, and then one of the worst calls you'll ever see. So we controlled the game. We dominated. Don't look at the score. Be happy we were composed. We won the game.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy these moments because like who knows where we'll end up this year, but like this is part of the ride, and it was a win, and we were healthy. So it's great.
It really wasn't even close either. Like the score is much closer than it was.
I know they were getting yards, but like this is the bend don't break defense. Like and we did it good. Like this was a good bend don't break game. So,
all right. Well, we are tied for first place in the Big 12 as well. I want to touch on that. In first place with us, BYU and Texas Tech. There are 4 ranked teams in the Big 12. Obviously, I already mentioned it. It's BYU, it's Texas Tech, it's Utah. I'm looking at the points for and the points against. Man, Texas Tech, it's incredible what they're doing.
We don't play them, baby.
111 points for, 38 points against. BYU and UC are neck and neck. 95 points for both. BYU edges us out with 72 points against, while we've given up 75. So this is obviously Texas Tech's conference to lose, but just get to Arlington, right? And UC's kind of in the driver's seat because, like you said, we don't play Texas Tech. And I'm clicking on BYU's schedule right now. Lilly, do you know off the top of your head if BYU plays Texas Tech as it's loading? They do in
Yes, they
in 3
do.
weeks.
I know
3
that.
weeks.
I've got
So
this whole thing mapped out in my head, Niehaus.
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Our schedule really feels like it aligns to, well, here, Arizona State lost. We control our own destiny as of today, like 100%. If we went out, we will be in Arlington. There's no tiebreakers. There's no this. There's no that. BYU is on our schedule. We play them at home. So I know some people were rooting for Arizona last night. The few Cincinnati fans who stayed up, that game ended very late. I watched the whole thing. Great game, absolute cinema. Like one of the best games I've watched all year, by the way. And it was sad not seeing other UC chats popping about it, but I was enjoying it. Here's why I was rooting for BYU, Niehaus. They're on our schedule. If we think we're going to get to Arlington, part of that is beating BYU at home. We're not gonna lose to BYU at home and then go to Arlington, guys. We will lose at Utah. We will lose at TCU. Our path to Arlington includes a BYU win, in my opinion. So that's why I look at it that way. You got to win that game if you're serious about getting to the championship game. With especially how it's been going, you're probably not gonna. I kind of think you can't. I think we need one loss, Niehaus. That's what I'm starting to want. Like last year, I think there was a 2-loss tiebreaker thingy-majig. I think we got to have one loss if we want to get there, and it's probably got to be the Utah or TCU game. But it's pretty easy to look and dream right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I want to say our schedule's easy. I want to say our schedule's
left
pretty
tackles out for the
easy.
year. We get Baylor after their rivalry game on the road. They play 2 road games in a row. Horrible spot for them. And some other injuries popping up. We got, what was the, obviously for people not looking at the schedule right now, we don't play Texas Tech. So don't have to worry about that. But Arizona had a big D-line injury last night. BYU has a freshman quarterback. It just feels like a stars aligning type of thing. And we are extremely healthy right now, Niehaus, for mid-October.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Now, This is just setting us up for prime Cincinnati curse disaster, I feel like. Because, like I said, I want to say the schedule's easy. But then again, like, Arizona's not as bad as we thought. BYU's good. TCU is good. Our last 4 games are tough. So really we have a gimme this weekend. I want to say
5.
gimme. Yeah, I guess Baylor's good.
Yeah.
Everybody's good. You know what I mean? But like so is Cincinnati. So it was good to see a good crowd against UCF. I know Houdini went on a rant about how they shouldn't be our rivals. That cracked me up. But like it's even the away and
I disagree.
homes. We'll get into that in the midweek. Even the home and away stuff, you know what I mean? Like we get an away game at Oklahoma State, who couldn't be even more, dead if they tried. Although,
oh God,
one thing that worries me,
momentum, baby,
is the shirtless momentum they got going there with one guy waving his shirt shirtless, in the stands that led to 100 dudes. You know what I mean? That's bad.
Damn well the entire student body is going to be there on Saturday doing that.
Exactly. That's my only worry for the Oklahoma State game. But yeah, no, I like the schedule. I really do. At TCU,
another good part about it.
At Utah, obviously scares me. But what?
The bye after Utah. So like, say we win 2 of our next 3, lose at Utah. You get that bye to reset. And then just focus on those last 3 games. Coaches, you got to think the coaches love the placement of the bye there because, if it's a week later, you're like, what if this Utah hangover leads to the Arizona game? It's great. What if we get banged up in Utah? There's an extra 7 days. I think our schedule is just great this year. I talked about it before the season started. It's going very well so far. And I did forget this is, we've got a couple minutes left here at Niehaus. I forgot to bring in the Nebraska fans a little. I want to douse the flames real quick. We got to douse the flames. I have Nebraska fans in my mentions. We were being very friendly before the game, during the game, after the game. We have a bond here. I feel like we're in the season together, kind of.
Yeah.
Don't turn on us because we got ranked higher than you in an AP poll, guys. Keep winning your games. We'll keep winning ours. We'll climb this thing together, and I'm sure you'll jump us when you beat someone that's not named Maryland. So we'll climb the ladder together. This is our season.
I'm with you. Let's keep it
being mad.
Let's keep it with the
big mentions.
Let's keep it with the Big Ten. Let's keep it with the Big Ten. Because I'm looking at the standings, and at the very, very, very bottom of 16 schools, right? Is that how many? No, the Big 12 has 60. How many does Big Ten have?
Oh, God.
I don't want to count.
Who knows?
Yeah, a ton. But at the very bottom, your Wisconsin Badgers, head coached by Luke Fickell, 0-3, 20 points for, 88 points against. He's cooked, Lilly. He is cooked.
It's over. It was already over, I guess, but it is over now. And I can't believe he didn't get fired today. I know the whole buyout talk, it's a huge number. We know James Franklin has a huge buyout, and he got fired today. Different schools, obviously, but there's videos of James Franklin walking to the locker room getting booed off like crazy. We have reached that point with Fickell. He's gone. Like, he's getting fired. I'm wondering about the timing of this, because have you seen their upcoming schedule? They play Ohio State this weekend, in case you're wondering. And then they go to Oregon after that. Then they play Washington and then at IU. They are not even sniffing being within 24 points of any of those teams, and that might be generous. So I guess I get not firing him yet. Like, maybe you just deal, like, everyone knows you're going to lose every game. Like, are you just kind of buying more time? But to me, there's too much buyout talk with coaches getting fired. My question is, can you walk into the building and just people not look at you funny, smile on your face, stuff like that? The donors, are you in a good No, it's over. He's got no shot. He cannot win these games to save his job. He will not win these games to save his job. And I don't know. I just think it's kind of poetic that Wisconsin fired an alum, Christ, because he was anti-NIL and wasn't really very modern. And they spent all year tampering with our guy, who also hates NIL. So it felt like refreshing to them, maybe. I'm sure he said the right things in the interview, but
yeah,
Fickell's an old school guy. I still think he's a good coach, and he might figure it out somewhere, but he might need to just reset, coach at the MAC, maybe a low-level ACC job or coordinator.
He might be.
He's made some money, though.
He might be Marcus Freeman's defensive coordinator.
That'd be so funny. It would just be so funny.
Yeah, they haven't scored more than 10 points in the Big Ten. They've scored 20 points in 3 weeks. He's definitely going to be gone. You know what? I'm so happy we're good so that I don't have to hear all the would we take Fickell back conversations, because the answer is no. The answer has been no. For me, at least. I know some people would. Well, he's won here. He knows how to win here. Sure, but like, Wisconsin's not a hard program to win at in the Big Ten. You know what I mean?
Or at least be decent.
Yeah, I would say. Thank goodness the Bearcats are back in the AP top 25 at number 24, right ahead of Nebraska, and tied for first place in the Big 12. Well, we're going to have the midweek show later this week. We'll break down UCF some more and get into the 21.5-point game that UC's favored in out there at Oklahoma State. But for now, for Eric, Lilly, and myself, see you next time.